Do you have a general philosophy that guides your life, a general set of beliefs that guide you? And if you do, and I'm guessing you do, how has this sustained you at moments of crisis and challenge?
I think that life is judgment. You know what I mean? If life were just a lot of bright lines, life would be easy. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that there are judgments all the time in life. You know, fish or cut bait. I mean, you do any fishing? Mm. I mean, that's a cliche because it is actually a big issue if you're out there fishing. Do I want to hang in here? Or do I want to cut and go somewhere else? You know, if you're managing a situation, how much are you spending time on your long game as opposed to your short game is a big, big issue in this business, I think, in life in general. Always keep your track by that 30-40% on your long-term goal. Make sure it's 1 or 2 or 3 things, and then do all your dinner orders, and that's how you're going to stay in business. That's a big, big philosophy for me. And then the number 2 big thing for me is, if you're in a bind, right, or you know you're going to get into a bind, it's like if you're riding a horse and you're coming to a jump, what you got to do is communicate to that horse, I believe in you, we're a team, you're going to make it over this jump. If you communicate to the horse, oh, I'm scared, I'm not going to make it, you're going to crash. Or, you know, when you're taking off, right, you pedal to the metal all the way to the end. You don't see the end of the runway coming up and then say, oh my God, we're going to crash, and pull the power. Yeah, you are going to crash. And I see people time and time again in this business where they've got to make a critical decision, right? They know there's going to be some opposition to the decision. So the analogy would be you're sailing along. All of a sudden you see this storm come up in front of you. Now what's the best thing to do if you want to get to your destination? Turn and go the other way? Well, that's clearly not going to get to your best destination. Kind of cut your power and slow down. Why would you want to do that? That's what's going to extend the time that you're in the storm. The best thing to do is pedal to the metal, get through the storm as quickly as possible. And I'll give an example of this baseball decision. Concrete manifestation of this. So here we know, we all know, we're going to make this baseball decision. The public at best is 50-50 divided. There's going to be a lot of opposition. I say, let's just make the decision, get it through, get it over with, get the storm behind us. All of a sudden we make the decision. The public and animosity brews up like a storm. All of a sudden it's starting to rain. All of a sudden there's some lightning. All of a sudden, some of the people on the ship and the decision-making ship go, oh my God, we're all going to die, let's cut the power. No, why do we want to do that? We cut the power, then we sit here in the storm for 3-4 weeks. And the storm gets worse, the ship almost sinks. And the moral of the story for me is when you make a decision, it may turn out to be the wrong decision, it may turn out to be the right decision. Make your decision, get through it, and then suffer the consequences, pro or con.
Let me shift gears here.
And then what's the difference between that and the difference between which I take through life, and I'm always sensitive, is there is a fine, fine, razor-thin line between dedication and perseverance and intransigence and stupidity and stubbornness. And a lot of times it's the consequences of how it turned out.
Yes.
If it turned out well, oh, that was fearless leader, great perseverance. If it turned out bad, idiot, stubborn idiot.